Good morning, all. This is Key of W with Artisan of Glimmith. I am around here trying to silverate all my windows. I think I just have one left. It says I have three left, but that's a dirty lie. I mean, I do have three left. It's actually the truth. But I only have one left before going to the bonus areas, which I've been holding off on for no other reason other than pride. So the compass window will basically finish off all of the main game windows. So we'll do this one. Yeah, that won't be too bad. Why isn't this? This is the hedge maze where we learned about compass rules, but this is the compass area where we do it again. I don't know. But since we're silverating the windows, let's find the easy ones. It should make it go nice and quick. So threes and things like that. Twos, threes, fours. I think we can fill it out. Okay. Remind myself of our compass rules. So this rule, for those who don't religiously follow everything I make, which is probably good health practices, you probably shouldn't be watching all my videos. I will destroy you. The compass rules say, like, it counts the cells in the region further north, south, east, or west, which is really easy to see if it's directly. So these four cells are directly to the west. So pretentious. To the left of this cell. And so that fills it out. However, these four cells are also to the left of the cell. So it counts everything leftward anywhere, not just directly. It is any cell of any y coordinate that happens to have an x coordinate this direction. And the same will be for something like this. It counts three cells below, but these cells are all below that cell, so they count. Anyway, so how do I fill it in with this? Because these shapes here can't touch multiple cells. Like if I touch both of these cells, right? This one shape has to see both 4 and 2 cells to the left. Like this would satisfy the condition here, but like all of the rest of this is not satisfied. So I have to pick. This T shape can go down and see the 2 just fine. Is there any way this T can see the 3? Because as soon as I do this, this is going to be a problem because I've already got 2 of this 5 shape, 2 of the pentomino, and I need 3 more. They would have to all be here, which is, it's possible. I thought for a second, like, I can't quite do it. I have to, no, I can. So I have that possibility. Can I do it from here? No. The reason I can't do this is I need 4 more cells, and I've already used 2 out of my 5. So for sure, that's a wall. So it's either this version, or it's this one. Either way, these two are the same unit right there. Does that help me in any other way? Okay, how about you over here? Let's get this wonderful shape. So we can't touch both of these because we'll always have an issue. Well, we can't because now this doesn't have enough cells left to do it. And if we touch all of these, so I've got to pick one. How do I do this? If I touch this cell, let's say I touch this cell here. I can't touch the other 2. That's not going to happen. I wouldn't be able to touch that one, because if I touch both, now I don't have enough cells left. So if I would have to do this, could I touch this cell? No, I'd need to make 3 more cells, right? They would all have to be to the right of this, which would overload that compass. So if I did this here, I would have to make this, which would overload the 2. So I'm pretty sure I have to put a wall there. Now, can I bring this down? The answer here, I think, is also no. Now, if I bring this down, all 4 of the remaining cells have to be to the right here, because I've got 2 cells out of 6. I have to add 4 cells to the right. I don't know of any way to arrange this shape. It's arranged vertically now, so it would be something like this, and there's only 3 cells over here. And also I've touched that compass. So I'm pretty sure I've got to do it this way. And so now the question is, do I do it like this, or do I do it like that? Either way, that is for sure. And then we arrange the compass from there. Now up here, how do I do this one? How do I arrange this? This can't touch multiple cells. So another sort of general rule I think I've gleaned is that if I have 2 compasses that face the same direction, but with different numbers, there are severe restrictions on where they can be. So like these 2 can't ever touch. Because in order to get 2 pieces in front, right, or in order to get 3 pieces in front here, for instance, I would overload. This already has 1. That would make 4 pieces in front. So I only touch 1 of these. Is there a way to arrange this cell so I only touch 1 of these? That's an arrangement, and it works. It creates a 4. This way doesn't. We overload the 2. Is there any way to touch the 2? If I did this... yeah, this the arrangement number 1, arrangement number 2. So no. So that's a wall. Now this is arrangement number 1, which doesn't work because the 4 is satisfied but not the 3. So I can do a 4 and a 3 in the same thing because 1, 2, 3, these 4 are in front of this. So this doesn't fulfill the polyomino, but it does fulfill the compasses. But I don't think there's a way to make both touch. So this is an arrangement. Is there any way to do this one? Actually, if I were to put a wall here, I'd have to bring it down, and then there's no point at which I have more than 2 in a row except this center bit. If I did this center bit, I would need to move to the side. So this is the only arrangement going down, and it doesn't satisfy the compass. So I have to move this here, which is going to mean I can't move it here because then I would need to move up or down somewhere here. So I have to block. And so it's a question, do I go that way, which is good, or this way, which breaks? So I think this one is given now. So I've got to get this cell out to see at least 3 cells down here, which is going to force this cell out. So I've got 1 cell below. Is there a way to see like how many? I wonder if that would be a good quality of life thing or if that's just asking too much. To be able to hover over this and see, hey, you've got 1 of the 2 cells you need. This would satisfy as well as that. I don't know which is correct, but I do need to bring this down. I now have 1 of the 3 cells here. This satisfies it just fine. This compass piece right here is going to need to touch this space, right? If I blocked it, we would only get 1 space to the right. So it's got to go there, but it could also take this piece and we would be fine. But like, this would satisfy it? Hold on. Now knowing this piece moves out, our weird shape here is actually forced there, which is going to give us this shape. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's as far as this one will take us. So I think we're done with that. I still don't know for sure on this guy. Actually, I do. If this is the T shape now, we're forced with this compass, we don't have enough spaces to the left. So I can't make that. The T shape has to be here. And then we have an orphan cell down here, but who cares about the orphans? Reinforces. I have a feeling that this, it's a feeling, it's not a logical deduction, that this piece is going to have to go up to get this cell. I won't have enough cells to do it any other way. Now here, I could easily just fill in like so. Right? Yeah, I think that's, I don't know, this is also not a logical deduction, but it's one of those like, oh, it could fit, but like we could also fit, oh no, if I bring this down, yeah, this is another way to do it. So why doesn't this work? I don't have enough pieces, that's why. So it has to be this because I need 3 pieces to the left of this and 4 pieces to the left of this that don't overlap each other. And so I need these 3, and then this 4 piece has to be like so. And that was brought to you by overthinking. I don't know, I actually find this rule kind of hard to understand for myself. Not as hard as some other ones, but it just doesn't come as naturally to me, and I think that's just a skill issue. I don't think that's the dev's fault. There are places, if you've seen this series, you have seen places where I have cussed the devs out for choices that are very disappointing, but this is not one of them. So whatever this cell here is, we can just never move left or right or up. We have to move only left or down. Then this one can never move up, and then this one right here can never move down. So we got that going on. All regions are pentominoes. We have that as well. This piece can't move down. I suppose I should, instead of doing what I'm doing here, which is trying to work out individually which way they can go, I can just think of what possible pentominoes will fulfill these things. I mean, I can fill the walls in for sure. Like, that doesn't have to be something I erase, even though I did. But I was starting to do this thing of like, let me work individual. But like, what pentominoes can I fit anywhere? Actually, how many am I going to fit total? I'm going to fit 20 pentominoes. They don't all have to be different though, which is nice. So what's a pentomino here? that goes both to the left and right, but only one space, and goes down 2 spaces. I think it's the T shape. I think that's what that one is. If we imagine a different shape, like a C shape, it's just too much there. Like if I move this, I can also, nah, I can't do that. Yeah, if I move down and then move left, that's all of it, right? I can't move down ever again. I can't move anymore. I'd have to do this. I just don't have enough space. So I'm pretty sure that this is the T shape. I hope this is the way to make the inference, and I'm going to lock that sucker in. Because if I'm wrong about this, the whole puzzle is going to be wrong. Now, how do I get 2 spaces right and up? Like if we add this up, 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. We don't want 5 because this is one of the spaces. So 1 plus 5 is 6. So we need a space that's both up and to the right, at least one. So I think that gives us a P shape like this, right? Because we need to go 2 up and 2 to the right. If we did both of that, we'd be here. So we do need a space like so, right? Like if I go around this way, I satisfied this, and yeah, I'd have to satisfy that. And I can't do that. Yeah, it's got to be that. So I think we have the same issue with all the rest of this. We have 2 spaces and 2. So this one I think has to be the V shape. Because if we did something like this, right, we move to the left and down, it satisfies both of these, but only one of these. So we'd go down here, like we couldn't do another one. We'd have to go down here, and now we can't make any more cells. I think that's what we're doing, so I think the V shape is required. Huh. What am I going to do with this one? I think I have to make an F shape here. Right, we add this 1, 2, 3, 5. We have too many spaces here. But I need 2 on the right. And I only have 1 space to go here, so I have to move up or down, which means I'm going to move left, and then it's either going to be here or here. And this is the only one that works because the other way I showed left an orphan cell. So I think this is the requirement. I'm going to leave that there. This guy is more challenging, and I'm going to ignore him. How about over here? We have 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and 1 down. I think this is an L shape, and the reason is moving to the left, we can't move any further. So we either move up and break the compass or move down. Okay, cool. So this is now satisfied. So we need to just move straight to the right, and we have an L shape. This is going to be tricky. We need 2 up, 2 left, and 2 right. So we're way over the limit. The only way to get 2 left, right? Okay, so the only way to get 2 over to the left is, we can't go this way, so it's these 2. If we did these 2, we'd overload the up. So it would have to be, yeah, it would have to be these 2. It has to be a C shape. It has to be a C shape like this. That's the only way to get 2 in every direction except down. All right. We're starting to get a shape of what goes on in here. We have to have an F shape in there. We have to have a W shape in here. So now over here, we need 2 down, 1 left, and 2. Right. This shape, whatever it is, comes down and it can't move here. So this shape now doesn't move directly left. So we have to move down and left and then over. Makes an N shape. Got another C. Come on, man. Got another C shape here. So this is a Z shape, I believe. Like so. No. Too many shapes in here. So as I was saying, first try, F shape. And we get a Y shape here. So this one needs 1 to the right. The only space is down here, and it will satisfy both of these. So I believe this is the Z shape. We got to have that. That's the only way to satisfy those conditions. So we got another L shape here, and then we have a P shape. Come on, man. We have a P shape there. I need to be better at my mouse precision. So we're going to have some I shapes to fill these spaces in. Okay, I need 2 shapes to the left of this compass, and I can't take this one because it would be below the compass. So I gotta take these 2, and then the rest all have to be above. 4 above? Oh no, I can't take this one to the left. If I take this one to the left, I gotta put 4 up here. I'm out of, I don't have enough spaces. So I actually have to block this off as well, and all 4 of them have to be above, so I can't even go to the right. So we're going to make this a Y shape like this, which is going to give us another P shape here and W. I love this type of puzzle. More of this, please. Although this was apparently very difficult for me, even though it's only a 3. But compasses take me a little while to wrap my head around. Oh no. Okay. All right, I've got to get 6 to the right of this shape, but it's not going to touch the 6. Right? It can't touch the 6 because now I need 5 to the left as well. Like I need minimum a 12. I need 5 over here, 6 over there, and then this one right there. So I need to get this 6 to happen like so. I think this is just what you have to see. I don't know if there's a way to work that out better than what I did. And then the 5 now needs to take these 5. I think that's what we got to do. All right, that wasn't super interesting. All right. 1 and 1. So, oh, the thing is, we can take any of these, so we don't know. We just can't take these 2. So, not guaranteed what I do with these yet. I think the joke of this puzzle is, I don't mean joke like derogatory, but sometimes I do, is that the number on the compass matches the area number every time, but it can't ever touch. Because if it touches, it's going to overload, because you have to add this 3 to the compass thing, which will always be 1 over. So I got to get 5 below without touching a 5. And I can't touch any of these. So this piece is definitely going to come out. Like, I can imagine a world where... I don't think I can imagine a world where one of these has a wall on it. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. I think I have to move both directions. If I don't, let's say I put a wall here. I need to get 5 spaces over here, which means I need to wrap around. Which is like, okay, cool. I can do plenty of wrapping around this 4, but now, like, I've overloaded this 4, so I'd have to bring it here, and now this, it's just not going to work. So I've got to have both of these. And those aren't going to go. So... this is bare minimum. Is there any world in which I put a wall here? Because I don't think this is true either. If I put a wall here, I've got only 1 of this compass. I have to get 3 more over here without overloading this. I think that's a crock as well. And I think the same logic applies here. There's no way to get 2 more spaces to the left of this without overloading this 3. I'm going to have to bring, and also these area numbers. So if we know this much, we can then say with pretty good certainty that this is going to come out, which makes it even harder for this 4 not to be all the way over here. So I've got 1 of these 3 pieces taken care of. I got to figure out how to take care of the rest of these. It's got to come out. Great. Do I go that way? I go that way? This, if I move this L shape here, it puts quite a restriction now, because if I did this, I would have to move this 3 shape out, which would give me this moving out. So now in order to get this piece, to get another piece below, look how many extra, I'm way overloading it. So I think I've got to be moving 2, 3, 4, 5, because this fulfills the requirements. Like, I think this is the way, because this would be the compass. I think that's what the game is trying to get me to see with my special eyes. This one's got to come out. We got to do something with it so we can get 5 spaces below. How about this one? We can't move this either direction. Nothing that says these 4s can't be part of the same unit. So how do I get 4 spaces? I'm not going to get them here because it'll overload. So I think the 4 are going to be here somewhere. The 4 spaces above can't be part of this 4. 1, 2, 3. It has to be these 4. Right? So here are the 6. There's a note without clicking. Here are the 6 spaces I can fill with these. Actually, let's go back to that. Here's the 6 spaces I can fill. I can't go through here. I can't have this compass touch a 4, so it's got to touch 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4 above, and it's one of them to the right. So I do need to bring that out, and then I need to bring this down. Means I need to get 3 more, like that, just fine. I'm not 100% sure where they're going to go quite yet. I need 3 spaces above this red. Ah. If I were to do that, if I were to move through here, the 5 isn't going to work. It would have to bend, and now the red can't go anywhere. So I do have to do it this way. I've got 1, 2, right? I've got 2 of the spaces above. I'm not sure which one. I could do 3 here. I could do it. No, I can't do it here because now this can't go through. So this one's done. Let's make it a different color. Let's make it a fun color, like orange. Try to bring that out. I need 1 and below and above. So I think we have to do it this way. We have another single, and then I gotta make... hold on, I gotta make this one bigger. Hold on, let's make the 5 what it needs to be, and I think... the 4 isn't right. Of course the 4 isn't right. I didn't have to make that a cross. I don't know why I made that a cross, but I did. Okay. This is gonna be like 6 hours of easy puzzles, as I just don't understand any of this. Mingle shaped, neighboring regions have different shapes. So I automatically know I got to put a wall here. If I didn't put a wall here, I somehow have to have both 2 and 3 cells below these compasses. It's not going to happen. Alright, this piece over here has got to move out at least once. It could move out again and be part of that. No, this can't ever go there. So if I moved this over here, we'd be screwed. So we do have to block that, which is going to complete this shape. This shape is actually done. Now this one here has to go down, but it can't turn right because now we don't finish that. So we have to move here, and this one has to be done as well. What have we learned today? This one comes up for sure. It's got to move left, but there's no guarantee it doesn't just move left here. Like, why would it do that? One of these 2 spaces is taken. Because I could just have this here. It's fine. Well, I can't do the... Oh, okay, I see. I can't do an elbow piece here. Right? So if I move... these are the 2 spaces to the right. It can't move any of those 2. So it's actually got to just be a straightaway. Make a different color. Straightaway color here. So this one... this is the only space it can take. So it will, in fact, leave an orphan cell there, which is fine. Because we can make as many orphans as we like. Gotta get 3 cells below this, which is definitely possible. Gotta come out. This one also has to come out. Now what do I do to avoid mingle shape? Now if I brought this over, I couldn't make this shape. That wouldn't work, because that's the same L shape here. So I think... yeah, I can't put a wall here. Because then I would have to make the L shape. And I couldn't go any further because we overload. So we definitely have to do this. So the question is, do we make an S shape? Do we make a T shape? Do we make an L shape here? We don't know. Actually, L shape here would force an L shape there. So no. Is that right? Yeah, we would need to have 3. And then this would be broken. So we do have to put a wall there. So one of those 2. I need 1 more space. I need 2 more from this and 2 more from this. This can't be an L shape. But this could be just fine, actually, right here. Cool. Ah, okay. So walls where the compasses don't touch each other. Size separation. Neighboring region must have different areas. Okay. Put our Windows logo in. 2 spaces here, 2, 2, and 2. So, okay. How am I ever going to get 2s? So, we could, with this 2 up and 2 right, decide... it's just straight in either direction, and we have a 5er. We could say it's a 4 by doing this. Is there any other arrangement? It's not going to be that. Yeah, I think it's O's and V's. I think we have to basically alternate between O and V. It's going to be there. So this is fine. I'm trying to think if there's a way to break it. Does it break if I put an O in any of these spots? Yes. I can't put an O here. because I would have to, up here, go 2 down and 1 left, and I couldn't make any more, and these have the same size. So it's not mingle shape. Mingle shape says this is fine, but size separation says it's illegal. So I do have to make this a V shape. Now this shape up here goes 1 to the left and 2 down, which is going to, this is forced. So those are done. Just put another color there. This one now has to be we have the rest of these, so it's just like this. Only move 1 space down. So this one's got to move a space down, but it can't move any further, which leaves, this is good to have a size here, but I have to move something over. And I can't make it all the way because that's the same size as that, so I have to make 2 separate cells there. Then down here where we have our nice blue, let's see, this can't move anywhere because then we have size separation issues, so we have to have purples like that. Then here we need, I think this one just solves itself. Yeah. Okay, I think I was following that all right. Ooh, a 7. What's it look like? Amazing. All right, we'll get back to that. I'm not doing 7s today. If I can barely handle the 2s and 3s, I don't think I'm ready for the 7s. Boxy compass. All right. 6, 3, 4, 6. Oh, hold on. I think the boxies was going to help me. I'm like, how on earth did I do this? I need 5. This one's curious to me. This would be wrong, right? This gives me only 4, and then this gives me too many. What about, like... Shoot, hold on, like... Give me 4 above. How would I do this? This is 5 to the right and 4 above? That's one way. I think this one down here, we can't have a wall because boxy means it'll never move right. So it has to move to the right, but now if we move the box anywhere, we overload. So I think that's done. I think this is what we do. How do I do this 3? Right, we have to at least go up once here. Now, if we went up twice, we'd have to go up 3 times in order to make 3, because we can't, we'll always overload here. So it's got to be this. And then here, we got to do that. I think we have the same issue here. We just have to make a single piece. This one, we're going to have a single there, because now we're going to do that. This piece, yeah, okay. All right. Interesting conclusion, I think. Maybe. Okay, nothing there, 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 there. Non-boxy. Well, from that, we know that this piece right here has got to come out at least that far. We can't have a box. And it can't be this piece. So... Can this piece move up? It looks like it. How would I describe this one? I'm not sure. Well, I guess I could say whatever piece is down in this corner, if I move it up and not move it left, how would I ever get this piece, this 2? It would have to go through so many... Yeah, it would... This 2... This can't be here. This wall can't be here because I would need to get this piece somehow into there. And to get it into there, I'd either have to pass through here, which means I can't actually have any pieces over here, or here, which means I would need 2 to the right of this and to the right of that, but the 2 to the right of this would necessitate more than 2 to the right of that. So yes, these are connected, and that piece is also done. It could continue. I'm not sure. So down here, this has to be non-boxy. So I could connect here just fine, actually. This is totally fine. I can also do that. I'm not sure. That's a guaranteed move. I don't know if it connects. Now over here, I need 2 spaces on the right. Which 2 are they? Imagine they're these 2. This is totally fine. it's these two, and not this one, we have a boxy problem. So it actually, we do have to take that space. At least that one. And then if we take this one, but not the one here, we have another boxy issue. So we have to take these. And is there any more than that? If I took any more pieces, I could take... No, I can't take that one, it overloads. So I have to stop there, which means if I take this piece, we have boxiness, no matter what. We can't unboxinate that, because I can't take that piece. This is done. So I can't get a piece in here. It's a new piece. No matter if it's 1 or 2, it's done. So this one actually is complete as an elbow. So whatever is in this space has got to come out at least that far. It can't connect to that piece for sure. And in fact, this one right here, this one's got an interesting little kerfluffle going on, because if we blocked this off, how do we get 2 pieces to the right? It can't be here. That's possible, actually. Hold on, does this just solve the puzzle? Heh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how you would ever get around that from the design perspective of, I just see the answer. And like, there's always going to be a certain point you just see the answer, but I would like that point to be after I've already worked out the logic. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes I see it way before the logic's worked out. And it just ends up with kind of a dull thud. Minimum of 6. This better not be a case where it's just 6s. 35, good. I guess I gotta see how I can do minimum of 6 with this. Well, thing is, because the compass doesn't show all sides, this one does. This one right here is an interesting one. I mean, a minimum of 6. We can't move to the right at all. Therefore, we can move up, down, and left only. And if we add up the up, down, and left, 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. And we also have this space we've already colored in. That's 6. We cannot have any other spaces. We have to take these 3, that one, and that one. To do anything else is going to overload. This has to be this shape. And it's exactly 6 spaces. Now... One and one. Feels like with 1 and 1, I don't know. I think this space is required. If it wasn't taken, if we didn't take that space, in order to get any space below the compass, we would have to first take one to the left, at least, in which case we'd overload by having it below, because it would be both below and to the left. So we do have to take that, but we don't have to take this one. We can, in fact, take that space. It's fine. But this is done, which means we cannot move left from there. And to get a minimum of 6, how are we going to do it? We can only have one of these 2 spaces, either this one or that one, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have to take all of those. And then we just take one of these 2, we're not sure which. Not sure what to do with these yet. This can only move down once. That's interesting. So this piece right here moves down. If it moves down like so, then we would not be able to move down into any of these spaces, right? If we move down here. But then we'd have to take all of these. That's just enough to fit. Is there a way to do it with a wall here? Because I could do this. But, the problem is, if I put a wall here, and I move the blue space down to the right, now I can't move over here either. These are all gone. Actually, I should probably just think of it that way. There has to be one space in this row. That means I have to take all 5 of these. And it can't take either of those 2. So it's this one, or that one. Not sure which, though. It means this purple piece is completed. Yeah, it's complete because I can't take any more spaces. How about you? I only take 2 spaces in here, 2 spaces down there. Like, I can do something like this just fine. Is there any way, if I did this here, I suppose if I put this piece here, I'd break the puzzle, because now in order to get because 2 plus 2 is 4, plus the piece I already have is 5. I would need to have at least one piece above, which means it would be this, and now I can't put any pieces here, and the puzzle's broken that way. So I think this piece has to move up, because if it doesn't, we have the same issue. I need at least one piece in the row above, and to get that over here would require going through this space, making both of my 2s to the right, which is locking me in. So I do have to move this up. Now I'm going to have a similar issue over here. I can't take both of these. So is there a world where I put a wall here? If I were to put a wall here, I could take this spot, but I can't take the next one over. I'd have to stop, which would mean to get my second piece to the right, I would have to bring down to the right, which is now completing the thing. I can't go any further. So this has to move to the right. Which means now, if I move this down, I can't take either of these two pieces, and I'm done as well. So this has to be blocked. So I could take this piece or that piece. I can't take this piece. The reason I can't take this piece is now I can't put this purple piece anywhere in here, and this blue piece only takes one more spot, and I won't be able to get to a minimum of 6 in here. So I've got to not take that piece. I think it's this one, and I think that's our piece right here. So I think what we do with this puzzle is basically just decide to create one giant piece there to cover what's left of the compasses. How many more of these we got? We got plenty. This is a lot going on in this puzzle set today. Meow, 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 meow. Just looking for those 3s I can chip away at because I don't know what I'm doing. All religions must be one of these shapes. This should make it a little easier. Shape bank is one of the easier rules. I mean, sometimes there are hard shape bank puzzles, but most of the time it just lets you figure out a puzzle without too much trouble. Trouble with this is it doesn't tell me what shape in this corner. This shape here can't be the O shape. Could it be S shape? Trouble with an S shape is that it's going to move to the right. So this one definitely has to be, probably should have known immediately, rather than what fits in here, what satisfies these conditions. So this guy's also got to be this, which means this has to be a straightaway, because if it's an S piece, it'll move up. I don't think this can be an S piece, because we're going to overload somewhere, or underload. So I think this has to be an O shape right here. Then we have another set of these. This is an S piece. That's what that is. We had one piece here and one piece there. We get another S piece. 2 shapes above is always going to be this. Well, it could be that, but it's not going to... Something's got to come out of there, so we've got to have 2. Two to the left, but none above. I mean, O shape fits just fine. How would I do? Would I be able to do an S shape here? Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. I think this has to be... Nah, it can also be that. There's too many things. 2 shapes here. So this is either going to go down or up. Oh, it can't go down because of the compass. So it's got to go up. It's got to be an O shape. That's what that has to be. There. This can't be an O shape now. It's got to be a bunch of these. Is that right? Wait, can this be an S shape before I... It can't be an S shape like that. It can't be... It's got to have 2 to the side. Yeah, it's got to be an O shape. Gives me this. This can't be an O shape. But this isn't gonna work. There's nowhere, there's just not enough room left. Have I misread? These can't be anything different, right? Like this is all correct. So over here, can't move down, so it has to be these 2. The only way to, we can't make an S shape because we can't move down and we can't move to the right. So we have ourselves an O shape here. That is set. This needs 2 to the... If I did... No. If I can't take that, these two. I can take these two or I can take these two, but then what do I do here? Make an O shape, but how do I fit everything? I would have to have straightaways there. It's not going to work, right? Like this just isn't going to work. We don't have anything to put there. So we have a straight piece. Oh, hold on. You can actually fit an S piece in here. You can totally fit an S piece in here. Right there. And then two O's. This work? That works. Gosh, I really don't understand this rule very well. Threes, fours, threes, and rows, windows. God. Okay. Okay, I just need to figure out which rows, windows I can reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any way these compasses can be part of the same region? I don't think so. These two can't be the same region because 3 above and 4 above is a different number. These can't be because it's the wrong parity. 4 above this is 5 above that. So they're all separate compasses. So which compass? This one can reach there just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. How does this one reach? Do I have to do some like weird... I have to do some weird shit. I have to do this. I have to do this kind of stuff. And then I have to go around and only go through there. And then the 4 has to be like this. And then the rest of this is just filled in, right? Okay. I see what the game's trying to get me to learn there. How about you? Same deal, two regions, so I've got to have a dual. So this compass can't touch that one, because if we do that, I need 3 in front of here, but I only want 2 more in front of that. This one can't touch this one, because I need 1 more in front and 2. So these 2 regions must touch each other. Let's make it not blue. Let's make it something a little bit different than the cyan. So, cyan, how do we touch that one with cyan? We'd either have to go through the center, which would mean 1, 2, 3. It can go through the center just fine. Like, I can go through the center. Damn, I can't go through the center. Yeah, I only have 3 above this. So it'd have to be like that. Yeah, it overloads. I think it's got to be this one. Then I need 1 more. Can't be that piece. So it is that piece. Okay, not too bad. I kind of feel pretty middling about these puzzles right now. They're fine, but not seeing the way this works very well. Maximum 7. Okay. So I think the challenge here is how would we fit 7 around something like this? We can't fit like 5 over this way and then 3 up, and then we're just going to overload it. So we got to make boxy shapes somehow. Well, with this shape, we have to be 1 to the right and 1 below, so we can never be this space because it'll be both of those. So it'll be just 1. Just 1 in this region. Hold on, probably shouldn't do it that way. But just 1 of this row and 1 of this column. The rest are going to be all up here. And so we can get 5 more. So we got to figure out how to do that. How about you? 2, 4, and 4. Like, something like this gives me 4 to the right and below, and then why is that marked as not the rule of the compass? Oh, because it knows that I'm at the maximum size of 7. How would I do this then? Like if I said these are the 4 below, and this is 3, like this? This seems like the way to do it. Maximum 7. I can have some solo regions if I want. Yeah, this isn't divisible by 7, so I'm going to have to do that. Smaller regions. The only 4 spaces to the right of this guy are these 4, so it's got to take them. So it's at 5 now, and it needs 2 regions this way, so I think it has to be that. This one here has these 4 regions, and it's got to take 2. No, this one just has to take... Yeah, because it has to take 2. It can be like this, though. It just has to take this 1. Because it can't take a region that isn't part of it. It just can't do that. Like if I made this here, then we would overload. So we can't do that. So we got to do that. That's for sure. We don't know if it moves. Maybe it moves up. Maybe it moves down. It's fine. So this one as well. We've got 5. We need 2 more. So it has to be this 1. Because we blocked this, we'd have a cell that's not being counted somewhere. So it's going to move left or right from here. Excuse me. Which means this cell, the upper regions here, are not going to include this piece because it would overload there. So it's got to be these 3. So that gives me 4 this direction. I need 1 more this direction, which isn't up in the air. This way. This is 7. That would bring that over. I think I want to bring this up, because that way I can do a wonderful little trick down here. Make 3 to the right and 2 below. And I need 3 to the right and 2 up, which is that way. And now this one's broken. God damn it. How do I do this? No. 2 to the right, 3. This is the only way I can think of. Oh, I can also just do this. That way. And now over here, I need to take all of these and those. I would need to take all that. How do I make a piece that's not part of this piece? These are the 2 to the left. I need 4 to the right like this. That's it. I think I've got it. I don't really feel super smart here, but I'll take the win. Sure, we did it. We'll say it. We did it. Congratulations to me for being super smart. Okay, it really just doesn't seem like there's a lot going on here. I'm going to reserve. I'm not going to immediately write this place off as terrible. We'll see what it's like when we have to go back for the hard puzzles. But it's not looking good for me in this area. This is looking like another really frustrating place to work with. But it means I've silverized every single window except for the special bonus areas. So that's good enough for me. Now our next step is to gild everything, which we will do in the next video. Thanks so much for watching for now. I'm hoping you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.